All right. So coming into your body, coming into your experience of being. So sometimes we are looking at our body from the outside, or we're thinking that we have this object that is our body, but come into the sensation of being in your body, what it feels like to be in your body right now. And then if you have judgment about that, let go of the judgment and really just be in the detail of the experience. Give me 1 second to edit this video so it's in the right location. So, feeling what it feels like to be you in your own body on the planet Earth right now, and feeling the sensations of that. Is it cold? Is it hot? Do you feel increased sensation in any area, sometimes known as pain, or does something feel really good? Yeah, coming into what it is to be a human being in a body on the planet Earth right now, today, just before the election. Go register to vote if you haven't already. Let's start with some a little bit more energetic breathing. Actually, let's do 3 slow breaths. Inhale, let us sigh out. A little wiggle and shake. We'll do it 3 times. Inhale, a little bounce and shake, easy release. One more like that. Inhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. So we're going to do a quick one today, 30 minutes, but let's start with just some more intense breathing. So it's going to be inhale up, pull down with your hands, making a fist let's go for 20. Exhale everything out, in through your nose, out through your mouth or your nose. Good. That was probably about 20. Bounce it, shake it, jiggle it. If you feel lightheaded after getting that breath in your body, you might want to do that more often so that your body gets accustomed to receiving the oxygen. From there, we're going to do a big opening arch and curl with the cat-cow. So it's external rotation on the inhale, internal rotation on the exhale. Inhale, open. Turn out your feet. Exhale, close. Turn it in. Inhale, front of the body. Exhale, back of the body. Inhale, opening the front. Exhale, opening the back. Inhale, turn it out. Exhale, rotate in. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Shake it out. Bounce. Anytime we're bouncing, we're giving our bones and our tissue the information that they need to get stronger, right? Oh, we're bouncing, we're going to do this, giving our joints the information. And if we do it gently and we build up slowly, then we are going to not get injured. If we do it intensely too fast, maybe slight injury. Open it out. You're going to internally rotate one side and then the other. So I'm spiraling all the way through to my fingertips, spiraling, my shoulders coming up and over, and I'm turning in. Jazz dance. We could do jazz walks. Spiraling, internal, external rotation. Great for your rotator cuff. Great for your heart and lungs, right? Anytime we're moving the wings of the heart, the wings of the lungs, our arms, we're getting that movement all the way into our diaphragm. Shake it out. Another bounce. Look around, see the space around you without any need to fix anything, just taking in the colors, the shapes, the light, the shadow, the form, and giving your brainstem the information that you're safe by looking around. Oh, I'm safe. And then we're going to do this spiral. As we're spiraling, often I'm thinking, I need to do this, I need to do that. Let go of all of the need to do anything and just be in this spiraling, imagining that as your arms are flinging out, you're letting go of whatever stress or tension you might be holding on to. Whatever I need to, I should, I got to, let go of that and just be in what does it feel like to spiral? What does it feel like for your arms to be moving out, hitting your body, moving out? Maybe even what does it look like? Are you seeing the space behind you? What are your eyes doing? Just staying in the experience of it. Imagining that every swing is letting go of tension, like a dog when it gets out of the water. You're spraying all of that away from you and just opening up the space inside your body. When we let go of tensions that we're holding on to, there's more energy. We have more spaciousness. Good. And we're going to do one more thing here. You're going to inhale, get big, and exhale, bring it in. Inhale, radiate away from center. Exhale, come in. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Growing, shrinking, growing, shrinking, growing, shrinking, radiating out, coming back in, radiating out, coming back in. Radiate open, bring it back, radiate open, bring it back. All right, let's take it down to the floor from there. So bringing it all the way down to the floor and sitting on your butt. Sitting on your butt, you're going to roll from one side to the other, massaging across your glutes, maybe your sacrum. Like I'm getting pretty low, so I'm not trying to stay like elongated in my spine. I'm curling in, rolling from one side to the other, massaging across my butt and my hips, right? So this is another way to tell the tissue and the bones to get stronger is through compression. We are compressing, massaging out whatever our weight is going down on, right? We're compressing it, getting the massage between the floor and our own body weight. Just sinking into that even more. Slow it down. We've been pretty active up there. Start to come into a slower version. Feeling into your nervous system. I watched a really good Huberman podcast with Martha Beck. I highly recommend this one. I got to say, she is on my page or I'm on her page. Open it up and take it down to the floor. Open it up. And one of the things she says is if we're not like in integrity with our own system, with our own body, our body is always going to tell us, right? And how is that going to show up? Probably in some kind of discomfort. But we want to think of this. I talk about sometimes about coherence, where your body is working together. So your heart, your guts, your brain, your hormones, your blood flow, your breath, all of that working together for your health. That is coherence. That is integrity in your body. And sometimes, like if you're a people pleaser or if you're trying to do things for other people, but you're not taking your own needs in, then you are like it's like you're having somebody suck your blood, right? You're offering for them to vampire you. So just bring that idea into your body mind. Body mind knows what's going on and we can listen to it. Do I feel like I contract and close down, or am I able to open up and relax and breathe in this moment? So yeah, we've learned how to be who we are by being with our families and in our communities. And maybe the culture of our family or our community isn't always the healthiest place to be, right? Our social structures, our the conformity of our social structures is not always great for our bodies or our planet, right? So coming into truth with your own system and having compassion for yourself. So let's just do 1 second or 1 minute of hand on your chest, hand on your belly, and just feeling into your body with kindness. Like, oh, how nice to be there with you today. Here we are in our bodies. Can we be soft and gentle? Doesn't mean we don't work hard, we don't push, but we don't have to force our bodies into things. We don't push through where we feel the resistance, like coming into truth with yourself. What does that mean? Can I be kind and gentle to my own system first? Blood, heart feeds itself first. Heart, the coronary artery is the first thing. It feeds the heart before it goes out to the rest of the body. So we could learn from that. Nourish, nurture yourself so that you have the spare for other people or for the planet or whatever it is you're working on. Open it up. I really highly recommend the Huberman podcast with Martha Beck and David Huberman, Andrew Huberman. Oh God. I know somebody else named David Huberman. Andrew Huberman, Martha Beck. So good. Taking it to the side, reaching forward, around to the other side, and opening up through center. To the side, like a weeping willow, radiating out away from your body. Inhale, filling up and coming up. Side stretch. Sweep it around. Let your head lengthen away from your tail. Open it up. Side stretch. Circle it around. So what I tend to do with these podcasts, like it's a long form podcast. It's like probably a couple hours long. I don't always watch it all at once, and I actually don't usually watch it. I usually just listen to it as I'm doing other things, like cleaning the house or gardening or something like that. I'm listening as I am doing the other things. And then, or maybe driving. That's a good one. Cross it. Let's spiral this time, twisting, looking around behind you, one way and then the other way. Yeah, when we start to become more coherent in our system, more coherent in our actions, more coherent, it really is the kindest thing to do to other people. Our body is working like in direct relationship with the planet, with other people. And if we're lying to ourselves, if we're in denial, we aren't helping. Circles around it, we're not helping very much. Coming into your own truth in your own system, and then change direction. And your body knows if you ask, is this closing me down or is this opening me up? Do I feel tension? And this is why we want to start having a relationship with our nervous system and noticing. I mean, we're really taught not to listen to it and not to notice in school, in everything else, work, social situations, church, whatever it is. Behave this way. This is the right way. And that's not listening to your body most of the time. Let's take it down to the floor. And I'm not saying listen to your body on the superficial, I want to eat a Dorito level or I want to go sleep with that person level. It's the deep wisdom that's in your cells. It's that when your head, your heart, and your guts are aligned. Lifting your pelvis up, circles with your hips, circle around. Lubricating up the inner body, lubricating up the joints, hydrating tissue, making movement easier. Circle the other way. So I work privately one-on-one with people, and actually I've worked with quite a few men of late who often have really interesting relationships with their own body. Um, so a lot of what we're doing is trying to come into something that feels better. Let's stretch it all out, reach away from center, and then bend your knees, and then inhale, lift. Exhale, roll it down. If going all the way up and all the way down hurts, then don't do it. Just go halfway. So really working with your own body in a way that feels good. You could just be here, or you could just do this half. Either way is fine, or you can do the whole thing. Stretching away from center, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale long, exhale, inhale, exhale. Reach it open. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale, inhale. We're going to change it halfway down, serve the sandwiches. Halfway down, serve the sandwiches. Halfway down. So so it might be the messages that people might have might be something like, oh, if I move too much, I'm going to hurt myself. And this might be true. You might hurt yourself, but it's also through movement that we learn to not hurt ourselves or we give ourselves the resilient. Another message is, I don't move like that, right? That's not the way that my body moves. And it's like, well, your body could learn how to move that way, right? Movement is just movement. But in our culture, there's a lot of meaning behind it. Roll it back and forth. And then another one might be, there's only one way to do this. This is the right way. But in reality, there's multiple ways of moving, multiple right ways. Taking it forward and back. A lot of people have been bullied or they have parents, and this is women as well, about what their body looks like from young ages, or their parents tell them Your nose is too big. You're this, you're that. Your butt, your boobs, your arms, whatever. So could be parents, could be friends, could be family. When we take in those messages, which most people, it's hard not to, it can put like a little wound in there, right? And God forbid you have had sexual abuse and sexual trauma, but probably a good portion of people have. That all lands in your body, rolling back and forth. And let's take it down to the floor, arms out, head one way, knees the other way. So there's verbal abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, or just neglect. All of these things land in our body. They're not happening somewhere else, right? It happens to us in our body, and our body can remember. But sometimes working through that stuff, working through that material, doesn't have to be reliving the story. It can just be experiencing more freedom in an area, allowing an area to release some of the holding patterns. Of course, therapy is also great, but there are many ways. And then bring it in. Got Squeaky D. Squeaky Deeks doing the little shark thing, checking out the room around the edges where you can barely see them. Arms up over your head, legs, toes pointed, touching the floor, coming up, pulsing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale down. Exhale up. 2. Let's flex and point. Inhale. Exhale. Move through your feet. Flex and point. Touch it down. Exhale up. Flex and point. Inhale. If you're doing exercise and you hate it, maybe find a different way of exercising. If it doesn't feel good, if it's something that you're putting like yucky feeling into your body, and I'm not saying working hard, like working your muscles hard, weightlifting or something like that, but if it's like, oh, I have to exercise and I don't like it, why don't you try something else? Hiking, biking, dancing, ecstatic dance, anything. There's so many ways to move. Roller skating, skateboarding. 3 more. Boxing. I mean, some of these are more violent. You may want to do some very simple and gentle things. Let's add one more because I wasn't counting. And relax. Open it up. Turn your head from side to side. Let go. Soften and melt. Open your feet wide. Rotate in one leg at a time. And one reason I'm talking about all of this stuff is like we're going to be in these bodies for the rest of our lives. As long as we're alive, it's here in this body. And if it were like, let's just say we could take our consciousness out of this body and put it somewhere else, the experience would be so different. Like it wouldn't be us. There's a book called Heart Codes by Paul Pearsall, and he talks about people who have um, like transplants and how different they can become in their experience because that tissue has experienced a different life. Let's cross the ankle over the knee and then switch it to the other side and bring it back into center and roll it over. Come onto your hands and knees. Let's just take it to a downward dog. Walk through your dog, bend one knee, bend the other, let your hips release. Look under one armpit, look under the other. Pushing into the floor with your hands, reaching down through your heels. We're going to lift the heels high, roll it forward into a plank. Put your knee down if you need to, or not. Come into a side plank. Take it back. We're going to drop the head, roll it up to the ceiling, lower the heels, heels high. Round your spine. Roll it forward into the plank. Knee down or not, side plank. Bring it back. Drop your head, push, roll it to the ceiling, lower your heels, heels high. Scoop your belly in, roll it forward. This time we're going to go to both sides. Take it to one side, through center. Take it to the other side, through center. We're going to lower it down to the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, circles with your lower leg. Circling in one direction, let that massage out your quads, and then go the other way. And then taking your hands next to your chest, let's do lift. Everything radiates out, everything comes back in and down. Up, stretch it out, bring it in, lower down. Up, open, in, down. Up, open, in, down, up, radiate, in. Down, this might not be very high, maybe just off the floor, that's fine. And down, last one. Up and open and in. Arch yourself the whole way up. Take it back into a child's pose. Breathe and relax in your child's pose. Interlace your hands out in front of your head. You're going to roll up onto the crown of your head and then lengthen your tail, pulling backwards, rounding your spine, rolling up, reaching out through your tail to pull back. Curl. Tail initiates the movement, pulling back, reach it out. Pushing from your tail as you roll, pulling from your tail as you come back down. So you're thinking of that initiation really coming from your tail. Last one. Good, and let's come back up onto hands and knees. We'll go with opposite arm to leg for 10. So it's going to be right arm, left leg for the first 10, then we'll switch it. Here we go. Inhale, open, exhale, close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch it. 1, 2, 3. Find a flow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to do circles with our hips. I'm going to do a quick time check. We are getting there. Knees back, circles with your hips down to the floor. Reach out through your butt. Elongate. Change direction. And then come in. I think we're going to come back down. Just squeeze your hands together, pull out. So your elbows are trying to widen. Just turn your hands in and out. So that's what's happening. Open your jaw, open your mouth, take a big yawn. Lift the front of your chest up to the ceiling. Lift your sternum. Support your head as you look up. So you're not totally dropping it back. Yawn and open. And then release, come down. We're going to come back down to the floor. Baby cobra head circles. Ear to your shoulder, coming up to the other shoulder and down. 3 in each direction. Go as high as feels good. Change direction after you've done 3. Start low and get bigger if that feels good. And then come in, bend your knees. Just bend and straighten your legs a couple of times. Really relaxed. Relax your feet. A little quad stretch, but relaxed. Then you're going to bend one knee and just cross it over to the other side. Bring it back in, touch it down. Bend, reach your toes across, spiral, bring it in and down. Up, twist, bring it in and down. Last one, up, twist, bring it in and down. Push up, round your spine. You can open your knees wide for this one if you want. A lot of times I leave my knees in there because I need this part of my back to stretch, and it stretches more when my knees are underneath me. But this time I'm going to open it up and let my pelvis really drop down and through, reaching out through my arms. And from this position, I'm going to draw my shoulders down a little and push into my hands into the floor. So I'm actively pushing, drawing my shoulders down, and then I let that release, come back down to the floor, push, which lifts my head off the floor, and release. You can open your hands wider if that feels better. Push and release, and one more. Push and release. Couple of big deep breaths down into your belly. And then shift your weight back towards your heels and roll it up. And because we were doing a short class today, we're going to come up to standing. I'm just going to do a little bit of foot and calf exercise up here before we finish. So coming up to stand, you're going to bend your, if you have some weights, I'm going to do this with weights. If you have some weights, grab your weights. And I have some 10-pound weights right here. I recommend lower, lighter weights for you, but it depends on where you are. You're going to bend your knees and straighten, press up, come down, bend and straighten. If you want to add the arms, you have a bicep curl pushing through. Bend, straighten, press, lower, bend, straighten, press, and lower, plie, straighten, press, and lower, plie, straighten, press, and lower. You're going to bring your heels together, feet not very turned out, pressing up and lower, straight knees, 2, 3, 4, we're going to go for 10, 5, 6, 7, I'm letting my heels separate, 8, 9, 10, into parallel, bend your knees, stretch up and down for 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I feel that. Shake it out, let it go. I'm putting my weights down. That's all I'm going to do with them. We're going to just do one more foot exercise. I'll show you sideways. You're going to go ball, point, ball, lower. So we'll go with the right leg, ball, toes, ball, close. Ball, point, ball of the foot, in. Ball of the foot, through the toes, ball of the foot, close, ball, point. Same thing on the left. Ball, toes, ball, lower. Ball, point, ball, lower, ball, point, ball, lower. Ball of the foot, pushing through the floor like you're cleaning the floor with the sole of your foot. We're going to do these turned out. We're just going to do side. So you're going to have ball, point, ball, in, ball, point, ball, in, ball, point, ball, in, ball of the foot, toes, ball in, other side, ball, toes, ball, heel, ball, toes. Imagine that you're sliding out like you're cleaning the floor with a sponge that is your foot. One more. Good. Bend your knees, bring it into parallel, turn it out, parallel, turn it out, parallel, turn it out. Not a whole lot of tension, just what you need. In, springy body, in, turned out, parallel, out, parallel. I'm getting mesmerized by my yellow pants. Inhale, open. Exhale, radiate out into space. Take up space. Inhale, growing and getting bigger. Exhale, coming back down to earth, grounding your energy, feeling your feet on the floor. Inhale, lift, exhale. And the last one, we're going to come down in prayer. Up, hands together, bringing your energy into your midline, centering yourself, finding that relationship. And that is our tiny little class, short and sweet. And I am going to finish the live stream. There's my glasses right in front of me. If you made it here today, brava, well done. Thank you for joining. Please like and subscribe.